raised the flag high and dared any foe to come and take it. Do you know what that is? Come and take it. Come and take it.
Yeah, he's okay. He's fine. Come and take it. He has no idea what he's talking about. Like none. Zero, zip, zilch, goose egg, donut, squat. Not a clue. Not a freaking clue what he's talking about. But you know what? You know what's really interesting and grotesque about this trial? Do you know who's there in the? First of all, last week we all missed this. It didn't even register with me. I just think they're all a bunch of numbnuts, and I don't really look at any of these Vivek Ramaswamy and Doug Burgum types and the Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson. No offense to Alex P. Keaton. But Mike Johnson is what would have happened if Alex P. Keaton had, continued to make television episodes of, what's the name of the movie? Family Ties. He would have turned into Mike Johnson, okay? No doubt about it. But I missed this. I really did. And so did everyone that works on my show. Everyone. They were all wearing the Trump outfit. Do you know that? They were all wearing the same blue suit. They were all wearing the same white shirt. And they were all wearing the same extra long Donald Trump red tie. Did you know that? It's a cult, man. It's fealty. They have to actually, sublimate themselves. They have to literally grovel at his feet by dressing like him now in order to be considered for his authoritarian cabinet of, if he should win, God forbid, God help us. But they were all dressed like him. And I thought that had to be the most bizarre scenario, the most bizarre scene I had ever, to the point where I didn't even register with me, like how twisted that could get. But let me tell you who's in the courtroom today. This is really, really, really bizarre, okay? In case you ever had questions about whether or not this was sort of an intimidation tactic or a mob thing, or it had anything to do with Frankie Pentangeli's brother being brought in from Italy in order to intimidate Frankie, right? So guess who's sitting in the courtroom today? There are over a dozen people that have shown up for Donald Trump. And they're sitting in the row that Donald Trump has reserved for his family members. And of course, the only family member that's ever showed up for him is Eric. And I don't think he's there today. But whatever. Melania hasn't showed up this whole time. Junior, no. Ivanka, Jared, any of the people that enriched themselves because he was nobody showed up. But you have more than a dozen people today sitting in the row behind him. And one of them is a guy who founded the Manhattan chapter of the Hells Angels back in the 1980s. He is the head of an outlaw motorcycle gang, the actual Hells Angels. Chuck Zito, okay, is sitting in that courtroom. He founded the Nomads chapter of the New York Hells Angels. He's on some TV show now. But he was always involved in the Gambino crime family. Okay, he when John Gotti was on trial, I think he went to John Gotti's funeral, and I think he was the only so-called non-mob person that was allowed to attend John Gotti's funeral. Really sick. So he's there, and now I'd explain like the Bikers for Trump, the whole thing with Bikers for Trump. This is part of it. And then the other people that are there today, they've all been indicted. Some of them have actually done time in jail, like Boris Epshteyn, who was the legal advisor, who was also indicted in the same Arizona case that Rudy was indicted at his birthday party. He was served at his birthday party this weekend. But Boris Epshteyn, he's indicted in the Arizona case with the fake electors and trying to overturn the result of the election. Bernie Kerik, who did jail time, he went to prison for tax evasion. He's in the courtroom today. And I just want you to know what Zito was in jail for. Zito, the Hells Angel founder, he was in jail for drug trafficking. So every time these guys talk to you about fentanyl, I just want you to remember that no, they're not really serious about it. That maybe they're on the side of the traffickers in the end. Maybe they're getting some cut. Maybe there's some big going up to the big boss in order to turn a blind eye to the drug trafficking that's going on. I don't know. I mean, this is just incredible. These are the people that showed up for him. No one else. No family members. No one. No friends. Just Vivek Ramaswamy and Doug Burgum, who's auditioning to be vice president. I was reading an article, I think it was in the New York Times. I was reading an article about how Doug Burgum is showing up everywhere for Donald Trump, and it's perfect because he's a billionaire and he's handsome. I'm like, Doug Burgum is handsome? That had to be someone's opinion. I mean, that can't be like, oh, yes, factually, he's symmetrical. Doug Burgum. Yeah, so he wants like a nice milk toasty guy like Mike Pence. But let me show you something. They're all auditioning. Tim Scott showed up. Tim Scott actually pledged such fealty to Donald Trump that he actually admitted on the TV that he would break the law if Donald Trump asked him to.
How would you be different than Mike Pence if he asked you to be his running mate?
Well, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure that President Trump is the next President 47.
How are you different than Mike Pence? Oh, I will not follow the Constitution. I will do whatever it takes. I will not follow the Constitution. I will not say there's no role for the vice president to play, even though it's clearly in the Constitution that there is no role for the vice president to play. I will actually throw it back to the states. I will keep Congress from doing its official duties. I'll go to jail for him. I will sublimate. I will submit. I will be the bottom. I will be the gimp.
It's my front runner, man. That's my pick. That's who I think.
Tim?
Yep.
Now I'm thinking Doug Burgum because they called him handsome. I'm like, really? Oh my God. In that what? Dull, useless way? Holy crap. It's unbelievable. And Scaramucci, he had some advice.
That's exactly what Donald Trump does to everybody. There's an asymmetric, narcissistic nature to him. But there's a big lesson there for viewers listening at home and kids. Don't be anybody's groupie. And there's symmetrical nature to loyalty. Loyalty is a two-way street. When someone's disavowing you, and let's face it, Mr. Trump's only out for himself. He's running for president for retribution and vengeance. He's been very open about that.
Yes, he has.
He's not there to serve the American people.
No, he's not.
He hurts people.
Yes.
And he's asymmetric in his nature. And it's not just Michael Cohen. There's a legion of people that he's done this to. But I think that's the cautionary tale here. Don't jump on the Volkswagen van with the long-haired rock star because it's not going to serve your interests long term.
Oh, that is a real throwback reference. That was like 1970s braid your armpits. Are you going to San Francisco? Minivan?
Clear for takeoff. Randi Rhodes. RandiRhodes.com. People keep asking if we were better off than we were 4 years ago. Of course we